Okay, let's see. Let's see if this is it. Let's see if this is the answer to the mystery. Anyways, welcome back to the Alone in the Dark playthrough. I'm Astrocatical. This is the Astrocastrophe, and I hope I'm going to solve this. There we go. Alright, find the talisman numbers hitting on the boiler. Okay, 759. We need to probably look at that again, see what it really says. Okay, 975. Okay, 975. 975.
Black glass is showing another room. Must be a way to another one of Jeremy's memories.
What was that? Alright, so it's not back here. Let's turn around. Looked like it was like the wine cellar or something like that. Oh, I'm already there.
I knew it. I knew it would work. You're getting good at this, Carnby. Maybe a little too good at this.
Yeah, this is probably the second, so far, the second greatest Alone in the Dark game. If you ever watch JJ of Residents of Evil, he said that he felt that the Alone in the Dark New Nightmare was the best, and I think I agree with him on that one. This one's not too bad, but it's not like very enthralling as a survival horror game. It's a good game, but it's nothing like super great. Whereas New Nightmare had a very unique sort of dark sense of macabre to it. But I overall agree with that opinion that the first Alone in the Dark is probably the third best one. The original trilogy is really goofy, and anyone who's played or even watched videos on it, they know it's goofy.
The Hartwood's family crew. Emily's family must have deeper roots in New Orleans than I thought. I figured she was a Yankee like me.
Yeah, and then there was the 2008 Alone in the Dark. That one was just terrible. I think I played that one the most out of any other. I did beat New Nightmare. But I couldn't get through Alone in the Dark 2. I couldn't get through Alone in the Dark 1. I couldn't get through Alone in the Dark 3. The original trilogy is a goofy game. Its sole purpose of existence is to just sort of provide a blueprint for, you know, these survival horror titles that really connected to one another at all, and to laugh at, you know. But I mean, you should just see the radical transformations Edward Carnaby has gone through. He's gone from a redhead to like this sort of long-haired, badass looking guy to John or what's his name? The Stranger Things guy, David Hager. Is that it? David Haggerty? I don't know.
Now what do we got here? Got it.
There's a David Harbour. I don't know, something. She's got the shotgun somewhere around here. Shit. Sledgehammer, alright. The sort of shitty thing I heard is that all the melee weapons in this game are pretty much the same strength as the last. Alright. Sheepers. Alright, well the sledgehammer at least has like better range. More than anything. Oh, I can't pick up the pipe now? Come on. What's going on in here?
It was the chapel Jeremy had mentioned in his book. With a bit of luck, soon Comby would be able to catch up with the old man. He just needed to find a way inside the chapel.
There's got to be something around here. Oh boy. Shit. Man, I really wish I could pick up that pipe. Don't tell me this thing can run in the water. Jesus. Fuck.
Yeah.
Had me cornered for a minute there. That was a little survival horror-y, wasn't it? Just a little bit. Didn't think I could expect that out of this. It's making me want to pick up Alan Wake 2 and finally give it a shot. I was a big fan of the first one. So I was kind of waiting for a sale for Alan Wake 2. Tonight, my good friend Dr. Notmere will be playing Visage, I believe. I think that's the title. I am apparently making him play. Can't say too much about him at the moment. Other than he thinks that I am his employer. I don't know where he gets that from. But anything he says, I would just say take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a heavy grain of salt. Okay, the shovel will help me. Oh, I can burn them. Oh, and myself. Damn. Yes, the most I can say about Dr. Notmere is he is a dead spirit who used to, he was a man who is now a dead spirit who used to dabble in the occult and sold his soul to a pantheon of demons. Accordingly, that's what he says. Can't reveal too much about him other than I'm not really his employer. I will say that, but you just kind of just go with it. You just let him believe what he wants to believe. But then again, you don't have to believe me either. At the end of the day, you don't know who's telling you the truth. But I say personally, from my experience, take it with a grain of salt.
It's blocked.
Okay, it's blocked. Alright, looks like I'm split up into two different directions. I've got the left and the right. I'll gladly take some. Fuck you. Gladly take some bullets. I really don't like these things. Every time I see a shovel in this game, I just think of that quote from Little Nicky. Just like, I used to talk normal until Cash just hit me in the face with a shovel. That's one of Adam Sandler's best films. One of his most underrated films. Probably the most underrated film that he's ever been in. And it's like one of his best, if not the best one. Little Nicky. Yes. This game takes place in the deep south. The deep south. Alright, the Omen. A rustic plate adorned with lost Algery. What is lost Algery? Yeah, no thanks. On my own health. Said got my health bar anywhere. Does it only show me when I get hit? Okay, there we go. So this guy drinks booze to recover. That's pretty cool. That's like working a simple 9-to-5 job. You go home and you start hitting the bottle to heal all your wounds. Not that I endorse that, I don't. I always just wind down by playing a video game or reading a book. Take martial arts. Jesus. Hit him, dude. What are you doing? Why do you have to walk? Seriously. I mean, if I needed to, I could run and, you know, hit a in flask real quick. Whether it's like liquor or fucking Kool-Aid. You know? Dude, I can run and vape at the same time. I've done it before. And this dude, and not that I advise that, I don't recommend that. It's not good. I'm actually trying to quit vaping. You know, obviously, taking Muay Thai. I'm honestly thinking about just switching over to nicotine patches because it's just the nicotine I want. I love nicotine. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking love nicotine. It's the nicotine I want. I also thought about taking the camel snus pouches. They're the little pouches that you put between your gum and your lip, but people find those gross. I mean, it's not like actual chew, it's in a pouch. People find that gross, and I think it's bad for your gums and your teeth, so I won't do that. I've tried them before, and they're great, but I wouldn't recommend doing them. I don't think they're good. So I think I'll just probably wear a patch. I really want to quit. And people are saying that vaping too. They're saying it's you know, worse than cigarettes because it's fucking water. Like you get popcorn lung and shit. And I've talked to two people, you know, who are like lifetime smokers. They hit a vape pen once and it gave them pneumonia. It's fucking crazy. And they, you know, they say it's because of the whole like popcorn lung thing. Sounds fucking nasty. Yeah, I guess it's water, vaporized water going into your fucking lungs. Can't be healthy. Okay.
That can't be right.
No, Jesus. So where is the clue? I really don't want to walk through it. I feel so ashamed of myself every time I pull up a walkthrough. I mean, a lot of the time I pull up walkthroughs because, I mean, I gotta be real. I would just want to get the game over with. It's not that that I can't figure it out. I mean, sometimes I'm absolutely stumped. But I feel like I have a lot of games to play. And I do. I have a huge list of games that I need to play. Huge list of games. Can't take video games away from me. I mean, not only that, I have a huge list of books to read too. You know, and other things, you know. Some moves to learn. So sometimes I just pull up that walkthrough. I'm like, I can't sit here and think about this and search for the clues. Fuck that. But like, I feel lame for doing that because it's part of the game. You're supposed to have that sort of experience where you work your brain just a little bit. And I'm not seeing anything. I think I might walk through it. Shovel, don't want the shovel. Okay, so I came through this way and I went down the ladder. Ladder to heaven. Where were you when they built the ladder to heaven? Where were you when they built the ladder to heaven? Ay, ay, ay. Oh, there's those sounds. Sounds. I don't know if that actually indicates anything. Okay, I think I see it. That was a lot easier than I was overthinking that one. That was cheap as fuck. That's some cheap ass shit. Okay, just gonna save real quick. Save it. Damn it, did I just... I hope not. I hear him walking around. He's here somewhere. Or was that me? I see where you're coming from, cheap bastard. Oh wow. Whoa, what the f- Did I really just see like 10 of those fucking things? It's gotta be a joke. Okay, clearly I gotta fucking run like the goddamn wind. Alright. Oh, there. Okay, get out of my way. And this shit is collapsing. Fuck you, come on, dude. What are you doing? The sacrifice.
Now what do we got here? Thank God that's over.
Not quite sure about that.
Huh.
I'm not seeing it. Going to take a quick It doesn't seem too hard. Is that how? I think that's how it goes. Okay. Skippy.
Please don't touch her. Jeremy. What are you doing here? Everyone's looking for you.
I know, it's all a big mess. No one understands. I'm just trying to keep evil at bay. Just for a little while longer.
You've got to come back with me. Your niece is waiting at Derceto.
Emily? Why would you... My letter. Keep making it worse.
What is going on, Jeremy? How is any of this happening?
I made a terrible promise with someone.
The Dark Man. Who is he?
No, don't say his name. He can hear us. He's always listening.
Jeremy, I need to understand what is going on.
I promised him everything. When the sun rises, I will be chained in his sunken desert temple for an eternity. But at least the evil about to awaken in Derceto won't harm anyone outside of that cursed place.
You're acting crazy, Jeremy. I want to help.
There's nothing you can do.
Then what's all the business about Teruea? Why did you want to go there?
I can't go there. I'm not allowed.
But you wanted to. Can I go? Tell me, will it help me to break your pact? Is there something there that would help?
Why would you give me hope? That's so cruel.
Okay, sounds like we're onto something here. What should I—
Look out! Behind you! Run! Don't let him take you!
My everything.
I've seen so many strange occurrences lately. Memories explode into existence and then burn out like tired glass bulb filaments. Dreamscapes crash down from the stars and sink into the sea. Doors that lead to nowhere and absolutely everywhere at once. With all this reverie, I want to think there's a chance that you found a way to remain alive in some way I cannot fathom. Just like I've learned to navigate with my talisman. Maybe you, with all your knowledge, you somehow knew a way to find me again. Perhaps in Teruea. All my love, Jeremy.
Right. Back from my little vacation. Okay, so Jeremy is working with some sort of malevolent force. Alright. Luggage key. Who is this?
She's dead. No matter how she died, she looks peaceful now.
Brace yourself. Alright, I think I know where that luggage is. It's not this, but take a peek. Ah.
A telescope lens. Why would he lock that up?
Yes, if I recall, the telescope is somewhere in this wing. No. No. Let's pull out the old map. Oh. Ah, Jesus. Make sure my caffeine is in here. You drop a no-dose in a Gatorade, just a caffeine tablet. You got yourself like an energy drink without all the bullshit. I know I said this probably a lot of times, but it's like 200 milligrams of caffeine. You gotta keep shaking it up though, but it's not bad. I just want my caffeine just like I want my nicotine, so that's why I might
Walk out of this now. I need to help Emily save her uncle.
take patches at the end of the day. I think Tucker Carlson said it best once that says weed makes you complicit and nicotine frees your mind. Agree with that. Was it back here? I'm trying to get,
I need the key.
so I hear Seth Rogen is writing the next Venom movie or some shit like that. I guess the reason I'm bringing that up is because it's just talking about weed, you know. So that's apparently a thing, or he's being considered as the writer. Just don't understand why. I think he's got a lot of privilege and a lot of pull in Hollywood. You know, so I couldn't care less, you know. Hollywood it's garbage. I mean, every now and then a good movie comes out, but it's not very often. Like the dude who did Hereditary and Midsummer, like he's like the only director I appreciate at this point. There might be a few other ones out there, like contemporary directors. Can't think of literally Midsummer was the last good movie, like mainstream movie I saw. Yeah, that guy's he's really deep, a real deep thinker when it comes to his films. He puts a lot of context into them and subcontext, and I know I jerk off the Stanley Kubrick enough as it is, but he puts enough context into his movies that it reminds me of a Kubrick film. I guess Kubrick would probably be my favorite director. Kubrick or David Fincher. I mean, I can watch David Fincher movies over and over and over and over again. But I've made a point to stop watching Fight Club so much. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the message behind Fight Club. I mean, the problem with Fight Club is that it's like, yeah, men need to release this aggression and shit, but they're doing it in the most extreme form, which is like bare knuckle fist fights, acts of terrorism, making soap, you know, breaking into, you know, like a liposuction business or facility, stealing it, you know. I think the message of the film is to, yeah, you kind of need to find that release, but it's not the end result of the film. The end result of the film shows you the consequences of such destruction, and that you have to find, you know, something either in between or you know, stick with being, you know, a feminized woman. I mean, a feminized man. I mean, I'm calling you what they're kind of implying is that you're becoming a woman. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. That's fine. That's not an insult to women, but a lot of women are insulted by people like Dylan Mulvaney. You know, they are. But a lot of trans people are insulted by Dylan Mulvaney as well. To be perfectly honest, the trans community has more respect for Caitlyn Jenner than they do Dylan Mulvaney, because Caitlyn Jenner is at least legitimate. I believe Caitlyn Jenner takes HRT. Mulvaney doesn't. And I think Mulvaney he's paid by advertisers or something to be that way. He's getting, and that's why I say he, because he doesn't take it seriously. I'll call Jenner she, sure, no problem, but Mulvaney does not take it seriously. The money, Mulvaney takes the money seriously. Absolutely, that's what it's all being done for. And yeah, he released the most god-awful song and everyone hated it, and he admitted to people hating it. But the way Mulvaney spoke about it, it was like, it was almost like Mulvaney was saying, you know, I don't know why they'd write a song so terrible. Well, didn't you write that song? Because you're kind of implying that you didn't write it when you speak about it in that tone. Like, and it sounds like you didn't write it, so who's paying you all this money? Now, who's paying you this money to get this message out? It's really fucking gross. It's fucking gross. And this is coming from someone who cross-dresses, okay? Yeah, and I've had periods of my life where I question myself, you know, and still there's variations of that, but at the end of the day, I know who I am, and it's nothing that I would ever try to change about myself in some extreme form or another. So I know a lot of the struggles, and being that I've contemplated a lot of it, I think some people are being pressured into it big time, especially the younger generations. They're extremely being pressured into it, and they don't know that it's being done to them. That it's just been normalized so badly. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with transgender people, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's okay to be normalized, but like the hyper normalization of it is like sort of where I'm going. It's like it's hyper normalized to the point where it's not normal. It's like a mutation, like the way people see it. And that's what I'm saying is, like, the problem is people have these surgeries or they go in HRT, and the HRT is going to affect the way you think, and it's going to affect your mind. They end up going crazy, or they, you know, they swap their units for something different, and then, you know, like, now they're not the same person anymore. They don't like it, they don't know what to do, and they take a drastic measure to end their lives, and it's like 50% of them kill themselves. So that's like one thing I think a lot of people should contemplate, especially children. If you're gonna advise that children have sex change operations, that's the big problem I have with it, is you don't know where they're gonna be in the next 5 years, if they're even if they're gonna be alive anymore. Especially boys, because believe it or not, your testosterone is produced by your testicles. If you didn't know that, and your testosterone is what helps guide you through this world. The testosterone is something like, it makes up like 75% of a man's decisions, like literally it does. So now remove that from yourself. What's going to be making your decisions? Well, you're pumping your body full of estrogen now, or I mean, it's just it seems just like just a scary scientific experiment. And like, I imagine when people are on HRT, when they stop taking it, they go nuts. Especially if they've had an operation, they're gonna go fucking crazy. Because what's gonna compensate for making those decisions if it's not like, you know, like if you're not getting testosterone? I mean, what makes a woman's decisions? Is it estrogen? So you remove the source of testosterone, you stop taking the HRT. Now, like, what's going to guide you in like thinking things through and analyzing things and being critical? You're probably going to go nuts, you know. So anything could happen. You could be on HRT and a massive shortage happens, and now you can't buy it. You know, what do you do? What do you do? And that's like, these are just, I'm not saying don't go that route, I'm just saying these are the precautions. And again, I am someone who cross-dresses. I've considered myself transsexual many times. I wouldn't say transgender because I don't go that direction. You know, I'm just someone who grew up thinking like, oh yeah, people could dress up like they did in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and that's, you know, they're not calling themselves she, you know, ma'am or anything like that. It's just, and then the, you know, like 2016 happened, and now it's all like, you know, whatever happened to David Bowie. I mean, we would probably call David Bowie transgender. We'd probably call Marilyn Manson transgender. I mean, that's the problem, is they started applying this word to everything. And I mean, you could even look at a band like Motley Crue. They will tell you they're transvestites. Dee Schneider from Twisted Sister would say, I'm a transvestite. And then, like, we commonly don't call these people transgender. You know, something just muddled everything up. And it got people like myself who just sort of saw the rock star appeal of it. You know, Motley Crue, David Bowie, Twisted Sister. This is a rock star appeal to it. And all of a sudden, oh, you're transgender. Oh, what? What? That's because they brought that around and started saying that shit. So at this point, I just keep it on a minimum. I still exercise all my masculinity for as far as I can take it. But no, I don't think that we're living in a day and age where it's like healthy to be that way without having some sort of outside influence, whether it's people, media, TV. Someone always has to be influencing you and telling you what to do with yourself, and people are falling for it. And I swear to God, they just don't want people making babies. That's the reality of it. They just don't want people making babies. Alright, borrowed land. Is it just this thing? So let's see, what am I supposed to be doing here? You know, for that little cultural tirade I went on. Double magnification of your telescope. Simply fit to this borrow lens to your instrument to operate the fine tuners to adjust the distance, blah blah blah. This is easily done while looking through your eyepiece. Simply search for a position where your picture is clear and appears flat. What the fuck is that sound? It's really pissing me off. What's that stupid ass record? Okay, let me look at this one more time. Oh. Your instruments, search for a position where your picture is clear. Clear. I think I'm getting it. Maybe they all have to be lined up. Okay, yeah, I think that's what needs to be done, is they have to all be lined up. But that's like really the only spot where they're all lined up. Okay, this is so weird. Okay, in a pure flat. Wow, I didn't even know I could zoom out that. Oh. Okay. There we go. I didn't even know I could zoom back that far. That's why I got screwed up. Hello. Ah, it's a statue. I was saying earlier, like, I got a lot of video games to play. I really want to get back to playing Alice. Madness Returns. And they got enough of these puzzles in this game. It's beginning to feel like Myst. I can't rotate these. Nine, 4, 1.
Whoa, what's going on? It's dialing in something all on its own and it's showing the way to another memory? Where is that?
Yeah, Alice Madness Returns is definitely a fun fucking game. Oh, hey, little sister shotgun. Double barrel, so I gotta reload it every time. Wish it was like the double barrel in Doom. Yeah, that gun rocks so fucking much. What am I doing here?
Another world seeping into Deseto. Was this?
Okay, the dining room.
stuck.
I think when I first started playing this game, I was talking about a lot of like survival horror departure, the sort of departing from like traditional like survival horror, like camera angles and stuff like that. Now it's basically switched over to just like third person over the shoulder sorts of shooting type of game. Well, it's just like the two main formulas at this point are that and walking simulators. And I think it's time for something new. Like I said before, I think you can always make a good survival horror game if you keep it like a first-person shooter. No, not like super fast-paced like Doom, but like Resident Evil 7 or 8. I think those will always work, but I really think that people are getting tired of the over-the-shoulder approach. Or they're going for the over-shoulder approach and they're just not making scary enough games. Again, part of the problem is you can see the monsters coming. It's over here on the fireplace or what?
Oh.
I'm glad to see you made it. I had my doubts, but the hope you instilled has yet abandoned me.
I guess this must be Tarawea. Who are you?
My name is Juan Luis Jorge, and this is indeed the convent of Tarawea. You'll have to excuse me, but Yermi never got your name.
The name's Edward Carnby. I'm a private investigator. You're not a patient, are you?
No. I'm the author of a book that Yermi once found important.
How does that work? Are you part of this memory as well? Is this even a memory?
I think calling me a manifestation of Yermi's subconscious would be more correct. And so is the convent of Tarawea. I'm a man Yermi has never met, and we are in a place that he has never been.
Okay. So are you here to guide me or something?
I have no more purpose than you do. I simply am. I will happily help you, of course, if I'm able.
If you are already somehow part of Jeremy, why did he want to come here? Isn't he sort of here already?
Yermi wanted to come here because it's a representation of his mind at peace. When Dr. Gray asks him to find his focus during his sessions, this far-flung convent is what Yermi imagines. He is under the impression that if he could physically come here, he would reach a perfect equanimity. A spiritual apotheosis.
You don't think it would work?
Yermi subconsciously knows it's just wishful thinking. He can't come here. Despite the pathways opened by the dark man between their Seto and Yermi's psyche, it's simply not possible.
But I'm here.
Indeed. It's a shame it's just another place for you, Detective. Otherwise, you could have become a Buddha.
Always a bridesmaid, never a blushing bride. Am I right?
Yes, I suppose so. You'll have to chase enlightenment elsewhere.
So what's the next best thing? What can I do here?
You should seek out the convent library and try to find the truth about Yermi's relationship with the Dark Man. It's the sort of knowledge he represses and is unable to reflect on.
Will it tell me how to break the pact?
Perhaps. At least you'll have something to confront Yermi with.
Wait, why can't you just tell me?
I don't know such things. You'd be better off consulting the text of Dr. Freud if you want such answers.
No thanks, I hate shrinks.
There is another thing you should know about the library. He is here as well. The Dark Man has been working his way through the text for a long, long time.
He's here? How am I supposed to get past him?
Be careful, detective.
Oh, jeez, just perfect.
For answers inside the great library of Tarawella. The Dark Man. The Dark Man has infiltrated the dark place. We will find our answers in darkness. We'll find the truth in utter darkness. Welcome to my dark place. There's one thing I can say about my friend Dr. Notmere. I think I'm comfortable with him playing all the walking sims. He seems to like those. Now I know he'll tell you that I'm making him do it, but there's a lot about him you don't know. And I've known him for about a year now. About a year. So I leave those up to him because I typically don't like walking sims. But I feel comfortable with him doing them because I think he sees the potential behind walking sims. I do think there is potential behind walking sims, but myself, I don't personally like them. And it's not like I want him to play walking sims. I'm just saying I'm comfortable with you playing walking sims, okay? That doesn't bother me. If you want to play walking sims, go ahead, play a walking sim. But he claims he doesn't want to. I don't know. Okay, it's very, very complicated when you sell your soul to a pantheon of demons. What is this? By the way, I did not go to Honolulu. I was not in Honolulu. I wish I was in Honolulu, but no, I was still here in Florida. I did not go to Honolulu. Honolulu.
There's something missing.
The Great Library.
Great library was endless, beautiful, and terrible. An Akashic record for the universe. inside the mind of Jeremy Hartwood, now corrupted by a story forced upon him, told by a maniacal liar, an evil conjured by science and secrecy. I will suspend a room and lock away the foundation of his character. Its key will be left to the librarian, the only thing invisible to the Prowler.
You know, I bet that dude that was out there, that sort of like Spanish fellow, I bet he's the Dark Man. And he's just posing as this nice, happy, tranquil, sort of zen-like dude. He's really the Dark Man, and he's setting me up. Or I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe I am the Dark Man. I am the Dark One. And this is my dark. Okay, I'll stop saying that. Going to stop saying that.
There's something missing.
Oh, God. Ah, there we go. Damn it. I was overwhelmed by darkness. To escape the darkness. Shit. Oh, what the flip? Where the hell did I saw that thing somewhere. Maybe it was down there. It's too dark. Just jump, dude. kind of got an idea of what I need to do. Or is there two of them? There's two of these fucking things. Oh, did I go through here? Duh. No, I'm wrong. I don't go in here. Jesus Christ. I just run past it. Oh, fuck no. This is probably the scariest part of the game. Okay, so this game can be entertaining. It can be entertaining. And that's also, I think, what JJ said from Residence of Evil, is that it gets, he enjoyed the end. So I'm taking it the game gets more entertaining towards the end. At least it's not a slow burn. a good example of a good game that's a slow burn is Days Gone. That is a really good game. I'm not into zombie games, but that's a really good game. It is a slow burn. It is a slow burn. I want to get back to it too, because I just got to the hordes, and that's like everyone's favorite part of the game is dealing with the hordes. I mean, I fought the hordes, just like the random ones that you'd find on the map, but there's a point in the game where it's like you're just dealing with them frequently, like all the time. And that's where I got, and I was just like, at that point, I put so many hours into the game, I was just like, something else. But I walked away at the best part, essentially. At the best part of the game, I walked away. I think that was when I started playing Hitman 3. And that's a great game too, Hitman 3. But it's just... My problem with the Hitman game, especially the new one, is like it seems... It's cool as hell, but like it just seems like there's not really a challenge to it. You know, like... You can literally pull out like a gun or something, like shoot someone, and the guy standing like across the room is just gonna look at you and like scratch his head and then walk away. There's like really no challenge to it. I guess what I'm saying is the AI is really bad. I mean, it's not bad, it's just not like, it doesn't make you feel like it's trying to stop you.
It was in the hot autumn that I went through the night with the restless crowds. He was a kind of itinerant
It's a great game.
showman who held forth in public halls and aroused widespread fear. The New Orleans address of the event is lost, but I remember distinctly the Prext shipping company pressing their contribution. Hey.
Detective!
What?
I hope you found what you were looking for. I fear there is no going back.
I was so close. There must be something I can work with. Come on, Garnby, think. Think! Shipping company. Prext. Right.
Good luck, detective.
Okay, so I was wrong. He's not the Dark Man. He's got a whistle.
Well, thank God you're here,
It's the
detective.
flapper.
Sitting all alone in a place like this, I'd never live it down if the papers got wind of it.
Hey. Ruth, right?
Oh, don't pretend you don't know. I'm sure you have a whole file on me by now, detective. I suppose we weren't formally introduced. I'm Ruth Talon. Miss Ruth Talon, in case you're wondering.
Edward Carnby.
Enchanté.
Are you sure?
I had too many already.
Nice. It's good.
I know. I have great taste, detective. I heard you're trying to break Jeremy's promise to the Dark Man.
Yeah. Do you know anything about that kind of stuff?
No, but it makes you wonder. If he made a promise, can't he simply stand by his words?
Look, I'm just trying to get Jeremy out of a bad deal, so he'll come back with us to New Orleans.
Well, if all fails,
What are you doing?
it's a sign of submission to the Dark Man. I saw it in a dream once.
What?
Right. Exactly. It's got that Twin Peaks vibe going right now. I like that. I love
You're
Twin
a Prext
Peaks.
shipping company by any chance?
I do. They made big money during the war. Their waterfront office is just over there.
How did you do that?
Do what, detective? Bonne chance.
Hey, have you seen Emily Hartwood anywhere?
Are you trying to make me jealous, detective? No, I haven't seen your doll anywhere.
She's gonna go flap elsewhere.
Prext Shipping Company. According to the book in Tarawea, the Dark Man is connected to a performance that Jeremy went to somewhere in New Orleans. I'm sure I don't know where to go.
Okay, let's do a small check here. Sure everything is up to snuff. Alright, not too bad. I think we are good. Wonder what it'd be like to play with the keyboard. Okay. Not too fun. I don't like it. That did not take long at all. I already know this. Why can't you just put the Molotov cocktail into your pocket? So stupid, man. What? Shit. So I heard they're making a sequel to Sinking City, which is honestly not a bad idea. Honestly, not a bad idea. That's a pretty good game, pretty solid game. Again, that's a game that's kind of like a slow burn, but if they could just like take it up like 5 or 10 notches, that'd be so cool. Yeah, it's a pretty good game for a Lovecraft game. A few things that I could change about it, certainly, but it's probably one of the best Lovecraft games they ever made. But yeah, if they definitely improve the combat in that game, I think the quests and stuff are pretty, you know, they're pretty entertaining. Okay. Must be a animation bug. Yeah, some of the quests in that game, if not most of them, are pretty entertaining. They don't ever seem to be the same thing over and over again. Some of the investigation techniques, I would say, do get a little annoying, a little tedious after a while. Like, one thing that was kind of annoying was like, when you had to sort of just like set up the events in the order that they happened. I mean, just doing that over and over again, it got boring really quick. But some of the funner things was like going to the archives and piecing together all the information to find the proper article. Getting lost on the map was kind of a difficult thing to adjust to. The main character was kind of, he's kind of hit or miss. Like, he was likable at certain points, and then at other points I just kind of I don't know, maybe he just reminded me of someone I knew, or I just felt that he was just he seems like a real burnt out sort of guy. I mean, like, really, like, big time burnt out sort of dude, and it's just like I don't know if that like bothered me or what. I just think I couldn't stand seeing that big backpack all the time. It's something about it just drove me nuts. So I got, where was that key?
No way I can get this out of the way with my bare hands. But if I get that crane going, that should do it. Finished.
Shit. Really? Fuck that. No. Fuck you. Come on. What the hell? This is bullshit. Come on. What the? That was stupid. That pissed me off. It got me going. That ground my ears. You know what grinds my gears? Makes sure the stupid pistols are loaded. Got the key. No, I don't. Is that a typewriter? Like a Resident Evil style typewriter. Cha-cha-cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Be funny in like Resident Evil, instead of a typewriter, you just like pulled up to like a PlayStation 1 or something. Like hooked up to a TV. And like instead of ink ribbons, you have memory cards. Okay, how the hell do I have to get back up on that fucking roof? Open the door. Open the door. You know, one survival horror game I just don't see, and everyone else just sees it. I don't see it. I've played both of them. It's The Evil Within. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Whatever. I don't know what it is. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see The Evil Within. I mean, it's playable. Yes, very playable. Story-wise, though, I'm just, what is this? Do I have the key? This is pissing me off. Are you serious?
There must be another way inside.
Don't tell me I ran into like a glitch or something, because that key is not there. Oh, it's already moved? Shh. I wish they would have told me that. You know what? Fuck it. I know this does sound morbid, but the fact that Postal 2 has a suicide option is so helpful. Like I said, I know it sounds morbid, and I know it's Postal, but like seriously, like when I get so fucked up in a game and I'm like, I really need to conserve my ammo, my health is low, all of this shit is low, my med kits, everything. If I just die right now and return to the last save point, I'll be good. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, I'm not trying to be sick, like, but like, yeah, there's like not even like a restart option, you know. Oh, I guess if you go to load game, yeah, I don't know, maybe I am being a little morbid. Oh, now this has 6 bullets. That's new. So that shit is already out of the way. Okay, those motherfuckers. Man, it's like those things will take as much damage as possible when like the situation is like the worst for you. Like I feel like typically they don't take that many hits, but like when it's like a stressful situation, it's like they up their HP points just to piss you off.
It's locked from the other side.
Fuck you, dude. Really? I was looking for some like health pickups and shit, and this asshole just decides to show up. yeah. All right, just wasted that.
All right. Made it inside the warehouse. The office must be upstairs.
Ooh, a machine gun.
Hey, I always wanted to try one of these.
It's got the clip instead of the drum.
Our ship was raided while in dock. All of his things were recovered, but blood was shed. Several men were carried into the Mississippi River and drowned by ones who live in the deep. All items have now been signed and delivered. Now let's keep the papers safe. What is left? Later is right. And hell.
What is left? Later is right, and then hell is back again.
Some
No fucking clue. What is left? Okay. Nope. A man's things. Oh, are you serious? Huh. Basically, you count the objects in his room, so there's 4 over here somewhere. 4. I mean, man, I'd be looking forever. Like, for what? Yeah, I don't know how you get 4 out of them not seeing. I mean, 4. And then 5 is over here somewhere. 5. I mean, you got more than 5 things. I guess it'd be reoccurring things. Jesus, I don't know what. Yeah. Yeah, stupid puzzle. Okay, so... Jesus, how do I do that? Oh, 4 left.
Cargo Manifesto, September 19th, 1892. Breck Shipping Company delivered 4 steamer trunks, 1 Egyptian sarcophagus, and a large wooden crate belonging to the showman called the Black Pharaoh, performing at 18th Street.
Here we
Right.
go. The address where Jeremy first encountered the Dark Man.
Are you serious?
Looks like the fog cleared up.
Address you are looking for is just down the street. Oh, here? Black Pharaoh. Ooh. It's the Dark Man. Darkness. So we are going to confront the Dark Man, I guess? Is that what we're doing? The Dark Man? Shake this. If you don't shake this up. See, no dose tablets, you're supposed to like drink them with water or something. I just wish they made them so you drop them into your drink and they just dissolve right away, but you put the no dose in there, it will dissolve in like 2 minutes, but all of it will rest at the bottom. Take it up. Get your caffeine. It's 200 milligrams. That's more than an energy drink. An energy drink, it's about 175 milligrams of caffeine. The more you know. So I really cut out energy drinks. Sometimes like I'll have like maybe one a week. Like I did say something in one of my other videos about this Slimer energy drink that's so fucking good. I don't know, it's probably not sold at every gas station, doesn't seem extremely popular, but it was like honestly the best energy drink ever. But that shit's so fucking so awful for you. It's awful fucking shit. Right, hot pocket. So right there, top of my specimen. Actually, it came up with a name for this specimen yet, but I believe this was a present from Dr. Notmere to me. He is a coroner's assistant or something like that, or a forensic pathologist. I don't know. I don't care to ask, but he gave me this head. I will cherish it. I haven't named it yet. I think that's kind of thinks that's like a pet, you know, like when you give someone a pet. Head. Anyways. It's a keyboard, just a tad bit. I hate the keyboard. It's a lot of stairs. Climbing a lot of stairs. Whoa. This is a lot of stairs. Jeepers. Okay, I'm going back to the controller. The sensitivity on that mouse is just a little obsolete. A little over redundant. I can change that. Hear me spoken. Clearly I remember picking on the boy.
You want to tell me what this is all about?
Welcome, Detective, to the greatest show this side of the Mississippi. Now the hotel.
Oh,
The Black Pharaoh.
that's a Lovecraft.
Ancient magician who lived 1,000 lives and wore 1,000 masks.
Narlatepeth. That's
See why
awesome.
you settled on calling him the Dark Man. Saves your breath. So you got scared by a stage magician, and now he's living inside your head.
You can mock me, Detective, but you would be the crazy one to think his presence can be ignored.
Narlatepeth. Is that how you
Look
say
where
it?
we are.
Narlatepeth. That is like a demigod, I think.
Finish our last conversation, did we? You were about to tell me how to break the contract with
Something like that.
No, we can't. we turn her loose on the world, so many innocent would die.
Let's look it up.
But there is a way to break out of the deal.
There is. He offered me a way out. Steps to take.
What are they?
You'll never find them. They're forever entombed in his sunken desert temple.
Oh, damn.
Jeremy, I'm not your enemy. Tell me where to go. How do I find the temple?
No, we can't. I have to make this sacrifice.
God damn it, Jeremy. I'm gonna save you. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's
How do you save someone who doesn't want to be saved?
he's
He's gonna get saved no matter what. I just need to find the temple somehow.
Are you done? Narlotep is a fictional character created by H.P. Lovecraft. The character is a malign deity in the Cthulhu mythos, a shared universe. First appearing in Lovecraft's 1920 prose poem Narlotep. He was later mentioned in other works by Lovecraft and other writers. Yeah, I've seen him and heard about him, and I think I did read Narlotep, or I listened to the audiobook one or the other, but I thought he was more of like a demigod or something. He's, as far as I know, when it comes to like Lovecraft gods, like I don't know if you'd call Cthulhu a god, but the gods in the Lovecraft universe exist in like a realm that is outside the universe, and like a realm that's like so far outside the universe it's like the outside of the universe, like just completely somewhere else. But Narlotep, from my understanding, is a god that has a physical presence, that can create a physical presence, whereas the other gods cannot, or something like that. He has a physical presence, and like he's mostly a shapeshifter, but yeah, like any pictures you see of him, they're pretty consistent with having like sort of like a tentacle for a head, but he's also depicted as a man, a very dark man, but the most consistent depiction of him is like this monstrous looking being with a sort of like worm-like tentacle head, and you know, a number of tentacles in some pictures. But yeah, I was surprised that they would include him in this. That's pretty cool. I didn't think that they would use an actual Lovecraft character in this story. And yeah, in the original work, yeah, Narlotep's his home base, if you want to call it that, is like some temple in the desert. So yeah, it's the sarcophagus and everything. They got it down exactly the way it needs to be. That's cool as hell. All right, so that number is somewhere around here. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I have that. Oh, are you for real? Are you for fucking real? Man, that is some fucking shit. No, fuck you. Fuck you. God damn it. Fuck you. That's Anyone watching this video, anyone who's played this game, please report that bug. That is the second fucking time I've ran into that. Please report that fucking bug. I don't mean to sound petty, but you pay good money for these fucking things. You know, you pay good money for these fucking things, and developers are just doing this like notoriously lately. Oh, well, at least it brought me back here. Very least. But yeah, developers have been doing that so goddamn often lately, just giving you fucking games that aren't even finished. But this is clearly finished, I know. Let's talk about like a cyberpunk situation. That was, you know, I bought Cyberpunk on release. It wasn't too terrible. But most of the bugs were in like cutscenes and stuff. I don't want to bother. Yeah. I just looked this up just because. One thing that annoys me about walkthroughs, I know I'm kind of a pussy for using them, but one thing that annoys me is when you look them up, and whether it's like a game site or not, they have an article before the walkthrough. I hate that shit so much. It's like, or look up Alone in the Dark. What's the door puzzle? So you find it, and then it's like, Alone in the Dark, a new game by so-and-so is taking the world by storm, blah, blah, blah. You may have noticed in Alone in the Dark, if you do this, if you do that, voice actor, da-da-da-da-da, and it sits there and goes on for like 10 pages. It's like, it's beyond the fucking point. It's a fucking I hate writers. Contemporary writers. I like old writers. But writers today, man. They just write for money. They just write for money. That's all they don't write passionately. They write for money. I mean, I'm a writer. I write a lot. I haven't published anything, but I mean, I write from my heart. That's like, when it comes to my writing, that's what my writing has always been about, is getting directly to the point. I would never want to bore a reader or make them think that they're wasting their time. And so many writers out there just do that today, where they just think people want to sit there and listen to you flap your jaw on a piece of paper. This is pretty interesting. Going to the tomb of Narlatep. So this is pretty much virtually a Lovecraft game. Like I said, Lovecraft as a person wasn't my favorite guy. He was a cynical doomer, but I love his work. Like, the doomer thing is so bad, man. Right now, doomer thing's so bad. I mean, I understand. I used to be a doomer for quite some time now. I still get depressed like everybody does. And you know, I might have some doomy thoughts. But it seems like the doomer really wears it as a badge of honor. Like a true doomer wears it as a badge of honor. I mean, best way to describe myself is like I'm just as optimistic as I am realistic. I wouldn't say that I'm a pessimist. The most pessimistic thing I can say is that people are deliberately being influenced to be morons. That's the most pessimistic thing I can say too, is people are being influenced to be morons. And it's probably my biggest pet peeve is people probably think I'm arrogant, but like I just don't understand. You know, growing up I was the dumb one, and now it just feels like everyone around me is incredibly fucking dumb, you know. And it's just infuriating. And it's just like, I thought I was the one who didn't understand this shit. You all told me I was the one who didn't understand this shit, and now here I am and you're not understanding this shit. So were you just telling me that all along to feel better about yourself? And I'm just like, I thought people were intelligent. But no, I think it's just the internet, influencers, definitely influencers. I'm not saying that influencers are bad, but there's certainly influencers out there who, by all accounts, are making people dumber. Like they did that study with SpongeBob where they found out that children who watch that show were becoming dumber. It's the same with these influencers, like probably like one like I Show Speed. That's probably one.
Lies under our camp. Despite
maybe
all
Logan
efforts,
Paul,
that unholy sight did not
Andrew
collapse,
Tate,
but sink beneath the sand. The pharaoh is long dead, his name meticulously stricken from all ancient writing. But that stage meant for blood and terror remains. The temple is said to be lightless, built to harbor all the haunters of the dark found in the very depths of our universe. Calling on the gods meant creating a bridge between our world and theirs. The terrible Aldebaran of Taurus, the Black Sun, was seen as the most important star in the night sky. Because, according to the Kitab al-Azif, it was said to be the home of that crawling chaos known as Nyarlathotep. Through ancient mechanisms, it was said that the priests could open shafts channeling the light emitted by that strange stone called the Shining Trapezohedron. Several streams pooled together above the statue of that dark man would then be sent through space towards the Black Sun, a message to the gods. The gifts bestowed on the sender are completely undocumented, but often assumed to involve dark blood pacts, where souls are traded for malicious miracles.
So it mentioned the, I don't know if I can even say this right, the Trapezohedron, that I think that's what story is that? God, it's a big deal, and it's like pretty much like a jewel or something like that. And that's that Lovecraft story where the guy is staring out his window and like looking at this church all the time. Why am I thinking witch? It's not Dreams in Witch House. It's something maybe with the word witch in the title. It's one of his best stories. I really like that story. It's not the it might be the Whisper in the Dark. I don't think that's the name of it. I think the Whisper in the Dark's the one with the weird crab, sort of the one with the alien, the Pluto thing, where they're taking samples of people to Pluto. I'll just say that. I think that's Whisper in the Dark. wish I could think of that. Yeah. It's one of his better stories. But yes, the narrator becomes obsessed with the trapedohedron, and like it begins like basically summoning
Sunken desert town.
something.
I better get down there.
Okay, I got a rope.
Here we go. I got a feeling this is it. This is where the contract is hidden. But how do I get to it?
What sort of contract are we talking here? They don't sign contracts.
It's the star constellation from one of Jeffrey's books. The Taurus. And one star's clearly bigger. Must be important.
Damn, dude. I'm gonna step on these things or what? Oh. What do we got here? Eisen. All right.
This one looks operational.
Oh, it worked. in these pots down here. Negative. Negatory. No, no. Da, na, na, na. Ba, 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 ba. I don't want to go out there. I feel like something's out there. Certainly is. Oh, are you serious? I need to go back and grab that thing. What? And I can't even grab it? All right, so let's go. No. Has to be another one somewhere. So I guess I go to that one. Brace yourself. Really? Bastards. Yeah, this certainly isn't like the original Alone in the Dark, sad to say. I think there's virtually no similarities whatsoever, other than the mansion being named DeCetro, Arthur Cito, Edward Carnaby. You know, I hope this time though they just stick with it and they keep this consistency with Edward Carnaby, especially him. They've never been consistent with him ever. But maybe that's part of the charm of Alone in the Dark, because it's sort of like Doctor Who, and it has like a new person every season portraying Doctor Who. Or at least that's how I think Doctor Who works. I've never watched that show. I don't care. Oh, you don't watch Doctor Who? What do you mean? Watch cable. The only channels I watched growing up were Comedy Central, the Sci-Fi Channel, and Nickelodeon. No Dan Schneider shit though. Cartoon Network, yes, that too. The History Channel. TNT, okay, I watched quite a few. I remember watching Monday Night Nitro, Monster Vision. Loved Monster Vision. Sort of like what I aspire as a horror fanatic making videos is like what Joe Briggs did. Like that is like a big inspiration. Even Elvira. But I typically just play games and bitch a lot, so it's not as accessible as I would like it to be. And now what the fuck do I do here? Get out of my face. Oh yeah, but like I was saying earlier, Doomers they're a tough pill to swallow. They are a tough, and it's always men. It's just like it's just like the Doomers, dude. Oh my god. But then I think you also have the Bloomer, which is the hyper opposite of a Doomer, but the Bloomer is like delusional, you know, unfortunately. But you know, it's almost like it's better to interact with the Bloomer though than it is the Doomer. The Doomer, like part of the Doomer's get up is he wants you to feel bad about shit. You know, when you're having like I know a Doomer, okay, and he met this guy. Like I said what the guy's name is, but we'll just say his name is Peter. So this Doomer met Peter, and Peter's nice. Peter's the nicest guy, talks a lot, jokes around, you know, having the time of his life, great guy. The Doomer tells me, oh, I like Peter. Oh, you do? I'm like, okay. And he's like, but he's happy, and I have a problem with that. What? Like, and this is like the point I'm trying to drive home here is like the Doomer. One of his problems is he doesn't have friends. I was like, okay, but if you have a problem with people being happy, you are a detriment to that person. Because no one wants to be unhappy, but you have a problem with that person being happy. It's no wonder you do not have friends. Like, I'm not trying to put people down and be a deterrent to their life, but like if you have a friend or you want to be friends with, so say Peter is your friend, but Peter's happy and you have a problem with Peter being happy. What are you going to spend the majority of your time doing? Trying to bring Peter down. And that's the Doomer. They want to bring you down. And I think they typically use the politics as the scapegoat for why they're trying to do it, when it's just in reality it's whatever they did with their lives or how life impacted them that they are trying to bring you down. It's not because they're black-pilled. They typically tend to be black-pilled, but it's themselves, and they need an obvious explanation for why they are like that. So the easiest thing they can blame it on is politics. Well, you know, it's just the way the world's going. Everything's fucked. No one thinks anymore. And I mean, I do agree with like no one thinking anymore. I do agree with like politically speaking, it's a messy situation. Culturally speaking, it's a messy situation. But am I black-pilled about it? I mean, I could see it ending all tomorrow, sure, but that's, you know, part of the chaotic beauty of the world, which the black pill Doomer needs to sort of embrace. Like it's It's not made to be dull. It's not made to be boring. It's made to be unpredictable and sometimes just this crazy violent fiasco, you know, and that's what it is right now. No one wants violence. Some do, but you know, why be a doomer? You know, if the world's gonna end, why hyper focus on it? Like, and make yourself miserable in the whole process of the world ending? No, if Western civilization is going to collapse, then it's going to collapse. I'm not going to sit here not enjoying myself just because it's all going to be fucking this horrible bloodbath where we're all just going to get shipped off into some slave encampment, or we're all going to die in a nuclear explosion. Why would I spend my time just focusing on that? And everything is fucked. We're all fucked. You know, it's part of like you know, if you are a inmate on death row, it's like you might as well just be singing and dancing the entire time. Otherwise, you're just perpetuating your misery. I don't know. Not everybody can step in line with that. I don't know. I think too, it's again that people aren't thinking, and the doomer doesn't think. The doomer doesn't think that these sorts of things have happened in history repeatedly. You know, the Roman Empire did burn down, but I think it's kind of stupid to sit there and compare the American Empire to the Roman Empire. It's we're talking about thousands of years, 1,000-year difference here, or something like that. Yeah, these things happen, you know, but humanity has, for the most part, persevered and have strided along, you know, continuing to move. I guess I don't put that one there. And sometimes just things are bound to happen. Like, we're not living in, you know, some made-up world where everything's perfect. I mean, people rail on Disney movies a lot, but Disney movies are real. You know, Bambi's mom dies for a reason. It's not because they're trying to be cruel. It's because Disney films are just like showing you that this is life, you know, and that's something the doomer doesn't anticipate or expect, because I don't know what sorts of movies the doomer watches. Okay, I don't know. Probably stupid movies. Are you serious? What'd I do with this stupid star, man? And when gets the okay, right here, please tell me. I don't. You know, I typically think the real reason the doomer is angry and pissed off is because he refuses to get laid. You know, I think that's really what it is. He refuses to get laid. I don't know, because that seems to, like, a lot of doomers I run into, like, that seems to be like the overall reason why they're angry and depressed. But it's just like, I know this is gonna sound fucked up, but like, if a guy like Elliot Rogers like lowered his standards for a fucking minute, he might have like kissed a girl. You know, hell, he might have got laid. And that's part of the problem, is like they won't lower their standards. You know, they won't start from the bottom and work their way up, which is like how most guys who have like healthy, happy relationships, or a beautiful wife, or girlfriend, that's where they started. Like, you know, it's just fucking insane. I don't know why they think so highly of themselves. But like, you know, like I don't want to rail on them. I want them to help themselves, but at the same time, I want them to stop fucking bringing people down. It's not you know, because like I said, the number one complaint is, oh, I don't have anyone, I'm lonely, forever alone. If your whole prerogative with having a friendship is making that person feel just as miserable as you are, you're not going to be friends with them. A friendship should be genuine. Like, a friend is someone who makes you feel good and someone you make feel good. Now, people don't understand friendships anymore in this culture. They don't. They think friendships, believe in things like friends with benefits, for example. I don't think you are actual friends. If you're fucking someone, they are not a friend. That is a part-time lover. Be fucking real. There is no such thing as friends with benefits. And I mean, you can have multiple part-time lovers, but they're not friends. They are people you fuck. This friends with benefits shit is A, it's gross. B, it's not real. It's not real. Like, I have no problem with people going out and having casual sex, but if you're literally fucking all your friends, stop calling them your friends. They're not your friends, okay? I just hate the terminology of that. Oh, my friend. Oh, well, you fucked him in the bathroom stall last week. Oh, my friend. Well, you fucked her in the back of your car last week. You know, that is not a fucking friend, okay? That is a part-time lover, and I don't even want to use the term fuck buddy either, because you're not buddies. You're lovers. I'm not making this call for modesty or anything, but it's just like part of this like whole idea of having fuck buddies and having friends with benefits. This ruins the idea of a true, genuine friendship. So now you having friends means that there's this potential that you're going to have sex with this person. I don't like that at all. A friendship, like, I used to have real friends, like actual friends, like back in high school and stuff. We enjoyed each other's company. We would smoke pot. We'd go out and try to fuck girls. We'd, you know, get drunk. We do all that shit. And you don't get that anymore. People like the person that you're friends with, like, you don't enjoy their company. I don't know if they even enjoy your company. They just want you around to make them feel like they have someone close to them. Like, that's typically what I get out of people at this day and age who always want to be friends with me. It's just like they just are looking for someone to get close to. It doesn't mean that they genuinely like me or genuinely respect me or genuinely enjoy my company. They might find me a little interesting, but it's genuinely because they don't want to feel alone. Now, I know it's selfish of me to be like, well, I kind of don't want to associate with someone if I'm going to be that dearly tied down to them, but it's also selfish of them, I think, at least in my mind, to sit there and be like, well, you have to tie yourself down to me. Like, I don't have a choice. There is something in this country right now in Western society with male loneliness, just utter male loneliness, and there's a lot of women out there too who are lonely, and I think it's the loneliness thing is a problem, and I think the contributing factors to it are, yes, the internet, video games to an extent. Okay, I play video games, but I think a lot of people too are just afraid to go outside anymore. They're afraid of what the world has sort of become, and what it's become is, you know, very polarized. But throughout time, I've learned that I can typically coexist with people and enjoy their company, even if I do have views that are completely reverse of theirs, you know. Because at this point, people, you know, regardless of whether side of the political dichotomy you're on, the two-party system, like, it just pisses me off when people get heated over it and talk about it, and there's no escaping that. But I've gotten to a point to where it's just like, I'm not going to judge someone on their politics unless their politics are absolutely extreme, you know, extreme and on the fringe. Like, people who are on the fringe, it doesn't matter if you're left or right. If you're on the fringe, I'm probably not going to enjoy your company very much. But people who have strong political opinions, whether they're left or right, I can, you know, it doesn't bother me anymore. It used to a long time ago. but it doesn't bother me anymore. What bothers me are people who are on the fringe, people who sound like they're ready to snap at any moment and hurt someone over politics. Those are people I cannot stand. Those are people I cannot associate with. But like, if someone just has a very strong, polarized view that's different from mine, and I think that their view is, you know, kind of stupid or it's kind of crazy or out there, it's not going to bother me, and I'm not going to judge that person. But if they're on the literal breaking point of just going fucking nuts and hurting someone over their beliefs, or joining a group or organization that's going to promote violence, then yeah, I'm going to have to probably stay away from them. Because that's just I mean, humanity has always been violent. There might come a point where it's not so hostile. That's part of the problem, is just it's just hostility, and I think people, it's not so much politics, that people are just becoming more hostile towards one another. And I think part of the hostility, again, is like the internet. Like, the internet opened up the world to seeing what's really inside people's strange, bizarre little minds. And so that's one thing else I've noticed about people, and that drives me absolutely nuts, is there's so many mind readers out there who you can tell when you enter a room, they're just sitting there reading your mind, and they're thinking that you're thinking the most negative things. Oh, I know he's thinking this. I know he's thinking that. He's thinking this. He's thinking that. He's thinking this. He's thinking that. It's just like that, I think, has developed through social media, because we now are just so acquainted with seeing people's thoughts, and people are literally on social media all day. They're so used to hearing these things that now when they approach someone, they're constantly like, they prepared their brain in some way or another to just be ready for those thoughts, and they think that those thoughts are there. And that's like kind of where I feel like it's like, I'm not having these thoughts. You're just psychotic because you're on Twitter or Facebook all day, and you really need to get off it. Like, it's so aggravating, because people begin judging you for things that you haven't even done or said. And I think it's primarily due to social media being such a powerhouse of hostility, that it's just made people so much more fucking hostile. And like, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm on Twitter a lot, but I stay away from Facebook for the most part. Even though it's like a lot of friends and family on there, I mean, I really don't know if social media is if it's a good gamble for humanity. I really don't fucking know. I definitely think it's a gamble. I think it's a gamble for humanity in the way it's making humanity think and act. I think it's a definite gamble. But I mean, at the same time, people are going to defend social media, especially if you're a business owner, because social media is what you use to market yourself. In this period of time, yeah, it's what people use to market themselves. They don't use the newspaper anymore. They use social media. They don't use commercials anymore. It's all through YouTube. Advertisements, things like that. It's all moved to the internet. Well, why can't I pick that up? Are you serious? Oh my god. I mean, somewhere I heard something where like they're trying to pass a law where it's just like people under the age of 16 are going to need some sort of parental consent before they can open a social media account, and I 110% agree with that. Okay, I know it sounds authoritarian. I know it does. But I literally believe that this is deeply affecting people's minds. And the younger the mind, the more transformed and mutated it's going to be towards this sort of mental singularity, sort of like the technological singularity, but it's the mental singularity that's being processed by, you know, perpetual internet use and social media. I mean, the reason I say it is not like, oh, I think kids are too mature, they're not ready for it. I think it's too toxic for kids, and it's going to build toxic personalities. That's what I think, why I agree with that. I mean, really, I'd rather have kids smoking cigarettes. I'd rather have them smoking cigarettes. I think cigarettes are safer for them than fucking social media. Jeepers. Alright, am I finally getting somewhere with this one? This is kind of a chore. I mean, just tell me, think about like your 7-year-old son, like you're in bed, you know, you just put him in bed and you're going to your room to get ready for work and, you know, sleep it off for the next day, and you know your son's in the room and he's going to bed, but he's getting ready to go to school tomorrow, and you know he's just out there laying in his bed in the dark with his phone on, just going like this. Just going like this, just going like scrolling. How can you possibly imagine that that's healthy for children? How can you possibly imagine that's healthy for a young mind? That's why I'm saying, like, no. Like, there should be some parental guidance in this, big time. I mean, really though, that's something adults do. That's more of an adult thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's mom and dad, or you and your girlfriend, whatever. You got off work, it's been a long day, you lay down, you plop into bed, and you scroll through your phone. It's more of an adult thing, you know? Kill me. Fuck you. Really? Did I break my melee weapon already? For fuck's sake. Shotgun's my only goddamn hope.
What is going on?
Oh, don't tell me I gotta fight a bunch of shit. I have no ammo. What is this?
Acknowledge psychological trauma, break through barriers of self-deceit, temperamentic behavior. These are the Dark Knight's terms. The contract. Huh?
Yeah. That would happen in the story where I was telling you about the trapezoidron. The guy would have nightmares of winged creatures doing essentially that to him, flying him through the city in the dead of the night. And these were also nightmares that Lovecraft himself had, or night terrors, one or the other. Chapter 4.
Hey. Hey, detective? What are you doing?
Oh, I found some.
Great. Was it alcohol?
God, no, I just got the wind knocked out of me. I think I know how to break the contract with the Dark Man.
What exactly does that mean?
Everything going back to normal.
All right. I found some more information on Dorsetto and the patients. There are some seriously strange things going on here. I'm pretty sure 2 of the patients are dead and maybe even the clerk.
Oh, yeah. I kind of just gave up on worrying about that.
Well, just keep your eyes open, I suppose. What were you doing again?
Jeremy made a pact with the Dark Man to keep all the madness locked inside Dorsetto.
All right.
I'm gonna break it. I just have... Where is it? Where's the talisman?
It's around your neck?
Ah!
I worry, detective.
Don't, I'm fine.
I worry that you're not much help on this case. At least you're a good distraction.
Trust me, you're getting your money's worth. At this rate, I'm an absolute bargain.
Okay, just going to check my external hard drive real quick. These video files are really big, so I save all of them on my external hard drive, but holy shit, they take up a lot of space, and I don't want this thing to fucking explode. More or less. Okay, and it looks like Visage has downloaded from Steam. So tonight I think Dr. Notmeyer will be playing Visage. It's a great game. I don't think he's too acquainted with it. Other than that, he was contemplating, what was it called? Teleform, which is an independent game, found footage independent game, exploring the unknown side of media. You're visiting a widow's apartment to conduct an interview about her husband's death, but that's not the very main reason why you're here. It's about a tape, isn't it? The reviews on Steam are overwhelmingly positive. But Visage is a terrifying game. Anyways, absolutely terrifying game. The Dark Man's contract. Acknowledge psychological trauma, break through the barriers of self-deceit, temper, manic behavior. Medicine has failed me. Nothing can be done to dispel the Heartwood curse. Only the sacrificial dagger may release despair from Jacob's eye. Yet doing so would be the doom of Derceto. Let this curse of mine be a weapon for once. I accept your demands, oh crawling chaos. Build your prison around this god-forsaken hospital. When evil has been starved, I will stay buried forever. Ah, it's finally dark. I'm finally alone in the dark. See, where are my objectives?
Comby never thought he'd be so happy to be back at Derceto. It felt like he had crawled through a long, dark tunnel of misery and regret. Now that he was back, Comby could look into the steps mentioned in the contract.
Just what this evening needed. Some hot rods.
Got to be around here somewhere. He wouldn't leave this house.
I don't know what to think anymore. You run into that detective fella?
Who is he? Can he be trusted?
I think he one of the good guys. Well, you know, like us.
Will he be all right with her coming? Praise the mother.
You don't need to know about all that. Just help the job. Just calm down. It ain't time yet.
God, it hurts.
As far as I can tell, Detective Comby seems to be solving problems, not causing them.
Just be ready in case he starts anything.
Really weird, because that dude was, he was in one of Jeremy's memories. I don't know how he got there without the talisman. But then again, so was that flapper lady. She was in one of the memories. You know, like, they might all be in on it. Son of a... Okay, something happened while I was gone. Something definitely.
Christ, what the hell was that?
But it came from the boiler. And that's where it's all. No, never mind. I went to the boiler memory, and then I went to that telescope memory. Brace yourself. Okay, there's monsters around here. I can hear them breathing. Let's see. All right. This lead me. No, wrong way. It's locked. What do you mean?
It's blocked. It's blocked.
Why?
I don't want to run into the orderlies right now. Not sure I can trust them. I think Dr. Gray might be in there. Perfect time to snoop around his office, then.
Lunacy.
No. Not ready to read through that. Okay, I will read through it then, I guess. In early 1909, the old Derceto plantation outside of New Orleans was turned into an artist's colony. 3 famous European artists rented the house and the surrounding land from the owner, the Ledoux family. The colony, Ledoux, I think it's Ledoux. The colony was chiefly run by Sebastian Cortez, who was playfully dubbed the captain by his collaborators, William Arges and Heinrich Kassel. The colony existed for 6 years until one day all 12 members disappeared without a trace. It is widely believed that their disappearance is connected to the disastrous hurricane that passed through on September 29, 1915, but nothing truly supports this claim. What is known is their frequent participation in New Orleans nightlife, their love for hosting parties, and their elaborate contributions to the Mardi Gras parades as the Pirates of Pontchartrain. Accounts of their lifestyle can be found in almost every gossip column, and it can effectively be summed up as carefree and bohemian. In late 1909, the name Arstate first appeared in the newspapers. Cortez said the name came to him as he was painting. There is never any claim to knowing about the ancient Phoenician fertility goddess with the same name before her time. His fellow colonist Heinrich Kassel did not know because her later produced sculptures that showed clear reference to ancient idols of the goddess. It's impossible to know for sure how this name suddenly made an appearance, but it was interesting because of Derceto's history. What name is it? The fertility goddess, is that it? I don't know. Tired of reading shit. Just tired of reading shit. What's that noise? Ah, they blocked it off. The orderlies did that. They're trying to keep me from discovering something. I gotta find a key, I guess, right?
There must be a spare key to Dr. Gray's office. I need the key. have the combination for this. Maybe Jeremy did.
Great. So I imagine I gotta go all the way back to Jeremy's room. The Beetlejuice sculptures. It's not Jeremy's room, is it? I think this is Jeremy's room. Never really tell. Shut up. Yeah.
Detective Comby, I'm terribly sorry that my niece has pulled you into this mess. Please, with all my blessings, take her away from this cursed place. I have destroyed that eater of worlds and locked it away in the attic and retreated to a place of hiding. Tell Emily I'm safe. Tell her all the lies you can think of to make her listen. Take her back to New Orleans. Sincerely, Jeremy.
So do I have to go up to the attic now? That ass fuck, Jeremy. Had to make a pact with Narlatep. All things. Now, how the flip do I get to the attic? Okay, I guess I go over here. What? Are you for fucking real? So I guess I got back share. It had. What was the point of that note? If I can't get into the attic, what was the point of that note? Come on. Well, there's nothing else in this room. Okay, here we go. Uh,
Detective Conby. Good to see you again. Solved your case yet?
I'm trying. Hey, Grace, you okay?
Oh, she is just peachy, Detective. Are you looking forward to the Feast of St. John, Grace?
I can't wait.
Kids, ain't they great?
What exactly are you planning for tonight?
Oh, not much. We eat, we drink, we pay tribute to the wishing tree in the conservatory. The usual.
Then why all the excitement?
There is just something about tonight. Something's different. I think we all feel it. Besides, we got ourselves some new words for the prayer thanks to your buddy Jeremy.
She'll come and turn the world inside out, and things will begin again.
That sounds strangely threatening.
You should come.
God damn it, Grace. Stay put for once.
Alright, so... Focus.
Jeremy knew that the only one who could help him now was the guest in room number 3. The room seemed to have been empty for so long, but that wasn't allowed to be true. The story needed to be different. To include something from the outside, he would bring the guest back to room 3 and show them what was in that safe. 913. But those were not the right numbers. That was the combination for the safe in the clerk's office.
The script.
I better hold on to these. Wouldn't want to get lost.
Dude dropped it. This game, some of the, I don't know, some of the puzzles, man, like, I don't get them. Just don't get them. Okay? Because he was like, oh, maybe I should check Jeremy's room. So I checked Jeremy's room. Then Jeremy's room tells me to go to the attic, but it's like, how the hell am I supposed to know to go to fucking Cassandra's room? You know, the dude I'm playing as said, go to Jeremy's room. Not Cassandra's room. There we go.
The last guest in the empty room suffered from severe maladaptation. I must write this down, because if I understand the condition sufficiently, it could make me deny this fact at a later date, and there is reason for me to think I may come to suffer the consequences from this dysfunction, as some who came in contact with the guest seemed to adopt a new worldview in which everything was predetermined but broken. Upon accepting this worldview, some memories became unmanageable and later rejected. I do not know what this means. I cannot even remember the fate of the guest. I think they were simply misplaced one day and forgotten. Just like all documents pertaining to this guest, they have all been destroyed, or they never existed in the first place. Who wrote this? There has never been a guest in the empty room.
Dr. Gray's office, all to myself. Let's see if we can figure this guy out.
See how this is a hospital or a home for the mentally ill. I just don't. It seems like a resort. Everyone's getting drunk and shit.
I have finished tidying up Miss Beauregard's belongings. I will leave it to you to contact her agent and have them collect her things. I found one of Grace's drawings she might want back, along with this key in her...
Dearest Dr. Manzetti, I find myself in a losing battle with my patient. As I've disclosed in my previous letter, his delusions have him completely captured. It's bad enough that he is torturing himself with paranoia, but his madness turns out to be quite persuasive to others, effectively laying the ground for mass delusion. I am writing to you in hope that you can give me some guidance. Beyond my ambition to avoid devastating surgery on my patient, I have grown worried about my own defenses. The words of my patient are deranged, yet they often resonate with something primitive within me. I have tried photographing his brain with X-rays. It was surprisingly difficult to get good results. Dark blotches on the plates kept obscuring all details. My patient looked at the bad plates and cried out in terror, telling me the dark areas was the shadow of the worm eating him from inside. I could not see anything out of the ordinary. I hope this is a sign that my mind is not as receptive to the madness as I had feared. After further inquiry, my patient described the shadows inside his mind as some kind of chthonic monstrosity that wants to undermine his sanctuary. This is clearly a reference to a place he calls Teroea, a sort of library or convent that works as a psychological haven. With this imaginary haven threatened by this Chthonian, he has now constructed another, less pleasant hiding spot. Lately, he has been bringing up a metaphor of a steamboat that has run aground, that he feels like he needs to start the engines and reverse, but he is afraid that the hole in the hull would cause the whole ship to sink. I've been watching him turn this metaphor into reality for the last week. He knows it's made up, but he is doubling down, trying to make it a real memory. I feel certain that this is my chance to break through the barriers of his self-deceit.
And there's a lot of reading in this game. A lot of goddamn reading.
Ah!
I read books to read books. Read video games. Oh, come on. All right.
There's something missing.
Ah. Really? That's it? That's it? God. So, stairwell, first floor, hall key.
No, no.
Oh, is it gone?
Surprisingly neat. Maybe I've been selling that old barfly short.
Sometimes I think this place makes me worse. That Derceto might be my grave. A coffin made of ostentatious architecture. A Taj Mahal for the drunken depressed. There's something about Derceto. Something about Dr. Gray. Like we all pretend that we're here to get better. When in fact we are here to be forgotten.
Looks like McCarthy has something hidden inside.
McCarthy? That's how you say his name? I can't just call him McCarthy. Spell a lot easier. McCarthy. What room is this? Ruth. Definitely got some flapper's hat.
Take this much more. This has to end.
And all that reading, I hear ya. Heard that. Ooh. Where's that coming from?
Need a key.
Oh my god. Oh ho ho.
Radiograph.
Okay, alright. Okay, I think I'm at my wit's end for now. I cannot. Got so much dialogue going on, so much reading it wants me to do, and more notes. I'm just tired. Okay, I think this is it. I am calling it an evening for Alone in the Dark. Ugh. We'll return next time to play this game with you and hopefully not do. Hopefully I'll catch up on reading some of those notes I just picked up as of right now. It's on this game completely spent, so I'm going to save. I think that's what, a good 3 hours? Yeah, something like that. I am spent. Keep an eye out for Dr. Notmere tonight. Or, well, it'll probably be tomorrow when he uploads it. Or a Visage. Should be played sometime soon. Anyways, I'm Astrocatical. This is the Astrocastrophe. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will see you next time.